Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Happy September, everyone. I honestly can't believe we've gone through 8 months of 2025 already. But it feels like it was February 5 minutes ago. Summer has been bonkers. I thought I was gonna have a nice slow granny era summer. Nope, I did not. I'm not a granny, but I was just gonna embrace the whole granny era. I did not. It was crazy. It was running around. There was lots going on. But now, as we're in September, I think a lot of people, like if you're a mom or like a parent, I shouldn't say just moms because there's dads too. I don't think dads maybe think about this quite as much, but it's pumpkin spice season. It's that for many people, this is a new year. Like I always honor several new years every year. So we have, to me, this is a new year. Like we're starting fresh. It's a whole big dramatic change with kids going back to school, everything kind of settling down. The weather changes quite quickly now. I always think I'm going to keep my pool open in September. And I don't. I never use it. So it's like, why bother? All the years that we've lived here and had a pool, really, we maybe swim once in the first week of September, and then it's like, yeah, it's too cold because the light changes so fast. Like we're getting towards an equinox, and that really changes the light. We don't have that direct overhead light here in Southern Ontario. It's a lot more shade, so it's just not. I don't know. It's just not as enjoyable. Yes, I'm babbling along while I shuffle the cards for you. So yeah, yes, I do need to, I'm going to go get some autumn leaves or something to put here. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get it together. I promise I'll get it together for the Burr months. So this is your September energies reading. Let's just kick off the month and just have a little peeky peek at the cards and see what's coming up for this month and what we might see, what messages come in. The team is assembling. And we're going to hear some messages. Here we go. Tell me how your summer was. Let me know in the comments how your summer was and what you're looking forward to this autumn. So we have the King of Wands. Interesting. This is quite often, no, I'm looking at sort of like a big, like bird's eye view of the world, right? Like not just my life or a small thing. When we look at it that way, in a big picture sort of way, this is Donald Trump, the King of Wands, the king of getting shiz done. And if you don't like him, I don't care. We don't need your hate here. I don't like a lot of politicians, so there we go. But this is the guy who gets it done. So I feel like I almost feel like this summer he's just been warming up. I feel like a lot more is going to happen starting in September. We're going to see some bigger, more dramatic changes, more things coming. I think he's doing a great job of cleaning up the country and getting the country back on track. Out of the hands of unelected lobbyists. That's always important. And listening to the people and what they want. So I think we're going to see bigger things. Does he not have a meeting scheduled with King Charles? Am I crazy? Am I thinking that was talked about for September? That he would be flying to England to go visit the king at, I guess, Buckingham Palace or something. Let me know if you know for sure. Is that still on? I'm so sure. Yes, because Keir Starmer, when he went and shit the bed in the Oval Office, he said, "Oh, I've brought an invitation to visit the king," and then I feel like it was scheduled for September. So is that still happening? Because Donald Trump has had some very interesting things to say about what's going on in the UK, and if the king is all political now, then maybe he doesn't like that. Yeah. Oh, we'll see. The Ace of Pentacles. So something is starting new. There's going to be new things going on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look up the timing of the King of Wands. totally forgot to do that. Obviously, a tiny bit out of practice here on the YouTubes, simply because I just haven't been here that much this summer. I had a lot going on. I scheduled a quieter summer, and yeah, so I'm back full time, a full slate of content right through to New Year's Eve. So hang tight, buckle up. Don't forget to say hello in the comments and click like and subscribe. So we have no timing connected to this card. So this is sort of like now, happening now or before you're ready. It's definitely a very optimistic, confident, strong energy for the King of Wands. But there's no, no timing connected to it. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles and see what, no timing on this one either. Sometimes it's really interesting when a whole bunch of cards come out and there's no timing at all. Because to me, in my mind, I'm like, oh, every card has timing. What are you talking about? But yeah, this one doesn't. So there's some new physical new beginnings. I wonder if some new projects are going to get off the ground, or we're going to see some, I want to say like, what they're showing me is a map and the lines changing. Like we might see new countries or a country take over another country or something like that. But more, I'm thinking more like just a country, a part of a country is going to break off and say, yeah, we're a new country, or so, like some such thing. I'm not saying it's exactly that, but that's sort of the energy of like, it's going to be geopolitical newness is coming out, and it's the start of a journey. Interesting. Interesting. King of Swords. Let's have a wee look. Peeky peek and see if this has got timing. No timing. Oh, this is so wild. So this is about, mastery. I think what we're seeing is, world leaders. I don't have a world leader assigned to this card. But I think what we'll be seeing is world leaders making bigger, bolder moves and really, and not necessarily for the good of the people. Not all world leaders are there because they care about the people who elected them. They're there to serve their masters. And we know who they are. And I know you're very clever, and if you don't know, then maybe you're not just politically engaged, which is fine, but feel free to send me an email and I'll tell you who I'm talking about here. But we're not gonna, we all know we're very clever. A lot of European and yeah. Strength. I feel like the people that are going through all this, because like there's big stuff coming, and there's always going to be people who are in favor of it and people who are not in favor of it. And either way, we all just need to dig deep. We just need to dig into our willpower and our inner strength to get through it. If you're Canadian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like the next year is going to be hard for some countries, but not for others. I would say any globalist country, it's going to be a hard year for the people. It'll be a great year for the leaders. They'll become billionaires on their $400,000 a year salaries, and there's going to be a lot of changes, and we just have to brace ourselves. So now is the time to start thinking about how did my grandmother or my great-grandmother survive World War II? Start growing your own food, make friends with the farmers, stash away what you can. Don't waste food, can it? Like freeze. I'll tell you something that we do is every time we go to Costco, we'll grab a couple deli chickens and we make soup with them. We make casseroles with them. Sometimes we just eat them like chicken on a salad or whatever. But we keep the carcasses, and it's super handy because it comes in a bag. So we just pop the carcass back in the bag, zip it up, and toss it into our big chest freezer. And then every couple months, we take out all these chicken carcasses, pop them in a big pot, and make chicken stock. Like bone broth and chicken stock and things like that from it. So this is the kind of mentality we're talking about here. How are we going to survive this? Start looking at ways that you can make things grow, make things last longer. You know, split, like I said, split well, I go to Costco. This is where I do my groceries now. I don't even go to my grocery store anymore because it's twice the price. And it's not that I can't afford twice the price. It's just that it's offensive, you know, like it's annoying. So, you know, even if you yourself can't afford a Costco membership, split a membership with a friend and then split the rewards at the end, right? And don't be all like, well, you spent more than me. No, don't play that game. Don't be like that. You can't keep score in that way when we're all trying to survive together. Sometimes you give a little more and sometimes you take a little more, and it all really at the end of the day will all even out. And so definitely look for ways that you can do that kind of thing. You know, if you have a meal that it's on its last legs, like say you made a casserole and it's like, you know, you're 4 days in, you're like, oh, I got to throw it out or eat it today. And you're like, I don't feel like eating it today. Just freeze it, wrap it up and freeze it. Learn how to freeze, learn how to can, so you can make your own vegetables, because you never know when you're going to stumble upon a farmer who's got, you know, 2 bushels of carrots that he's just trying to unload, and he'll give them to you for $1. And then you can turn around and go home and make soup with that. And, you know, this is what I'm talking about. This is where we got to dig deep. As all these changes take place, it is going to affect people in many, many ways. So we need to dig deep. We need to support each other. We need to stop like being divided on everything. Not, you know, there are some people who are the enemy, the cult political people, they're the enemy. And, you know, we know that, but, you know, everybody in between, we're just all trying to get through it. And as Ram Dass would say, we're all just walking each other home. Okay, so we really just need to dig deep, figure out how to do stuff ourselves. You know, learn to knit, learn to sew, learn to make your own home repairs, buy a book, go to the secondhand store and look for a book on home repair. Because if, you know, you can't afford to fix whatever in your house, you may have to do it yourself, and you want to be able to do it right. So there you go. That's how we got a lot of learning ahead of us. We have a lot of changes, a lot of flux coming towards us, and it will be geopolitical. It's interesting that Donald Trump popped out first. Yeah, there's going to be more like war, but more like battle, like more people fighting it out, disagreements among countries, disagreements among people. This is, whenever I see this, it like, to me, it's like, okay, who just got into an argument? But it also looks like a bunch of guys struggling to put up a tent. So there'll be struggles, but we just got to dig deep and just keep looking ahead. I know there's not a lot of great financial predictions right now based on trends. And if you look at the K lines, if you don't know what that is, Google it. If you look at a K line, you'll see that we are right at a very pivotal moment. So yeah, there we go. Queen of Pentacles. When it comes to our finances, our physical life, our home, we just have to be patient. Again, back to just put your head down, stay strong, and ride the storm. It can't go on forever. We do have to come out the other end of it, but just ride the storm and just keep your head down. And you know, if you're running a business, figure out how you can save some money, figure out how you can maybe bring in other businesses to help cover the cost of the rent and things like that. Like, there's so many ways that we can all get through this and all thrive, as well as survive. Yeah. Oh, September feels, yeah, we're looking for balance. You know, I'm going to look up Queen of Pentacles to see if there's some timing there. No timing. Interesting. There's no timing on so many of these cards. Temperance. Temperance is about finding balance and harmony. And so this is a Sagittarius season. Interesting. Now, we never know what year this means. Personally, I think Canada is going to have an election during Sagittarius season of 2026. I may be wrong, but that's what I feel. I feel like the model that we're on right now, it may even be sooner because like this is not sustainable in this country, even though we just had an election a few months ago. It's not sustainable. But the really where we kind of want to get to is a place of balance where everything just sort of calms down and we're feeling okay. That might mean all kinds of things to you. It could be downsizing. It could be taking on other jobs. It could be turning off the TV. It could be exercising more. It could be focusing more on your family. Like there's so many ways that we can find harmony and balance in our lives so we're not losing our minds over all the craziness going on in the world. So my biggest advice to you is turn off the TV. Like if you're still watching TV, and I don't mean like watching shows, like I watch the Connors and I watch like some reality TV and stuff, but I mean like the news and like if you're the kind of person who has, CNN or Fox or something on all day long, just turn it off. You'll be much happier. Give it a few days to detox and you'll start and use that time to like go for a walk or even just sit outside and read a book or something. Like you'll feel so much better. But it's about just finding that like some balance in your life because it really does feel very stressful. I wish I had better news. I wish I had better news. But I think the thing is, the great message is just, start Googling and watching YouTube videos and things like that of people who are preppers, people who are canners, people who are farmers, like, and get those ideas from them of how you can get other stuff, like survive stuff, get more, release more, survive more, all of it. Like that's what these people are good at. So watch them. Watch them. So we have the Two of Wands. So we're going to have some decisions ahead of us. I think the whole world is going to have decisions. I think this may be leaning back towards the election that we're going to have. And I think more countries are going to be having elections. The UK, I would not be surprised if the UK didn't have an election sooner rather than later, simply because I don't think the people will tolerate what's going on for much longer. It's the uprisings are already starting. The violence is starting. The fighting back is already starting. So there we go. And we'll just pull one final card. We'll look at that. Yeah, we want to get to a place of stability. We don't want to be constantly taking in. We don't want to be constantly giving out. We just want to be stable. And that's the goal here. That will come with our strength card, is just willpower, standing strong, doing your thing, keep your eye on your own work, and just keep moving forward. Whew. Okay, hopefully October will be better. Hopefully October will be better. Sorry, everyone. But I do thank you for joining me here today. Don't forget to tap the like and subscribe button and leave a comment and let me know you were here. Thank you so much. And as ever, have a magical day.